disabled, whatever that is. Hello, Facebook. I'm so sorry to keep you waiting. Hello, YouTube. Very nice to be back with you all. We had a few technical issues. Not quite, technology not being my strong point, but anyway, luckily Lainey, my amazing photographer, was here to sort it out. She's just departing now. I was just saying, guys on Facebook and YouTube, you may not have seen because it's really an Instagram thing, but I put up some pictures yesterday of a Christmas fashion campaign for a British sustainable eco brand that went live on their platform yesterday. They're called Fane. And they make really great underwear designs out of recycled lace, pre-consumer recycled lace, and they have a lifetime guarantee on their products, and they're great actually, really nice female founder-led brand. And I was just saying to our friends on Instagram, that when they said, would you be part of this? My immediate reaction was, you've got to be joking. Me in my, knickknacks on social media, no thank you. But my girls, when I mentioned it to Lily and Brella, they were just so instantly, overwhelmingly, oh my goodness, this is so empowering for middle-aged women, and amazing that, there's a brand that actually wants to feature older women, real body shapes, and, you should do it. So I kind of did it, and those on Instagram may remember I put a couple of pics from behind the scenes on my stories, I think. Must have been maybe 2 months ago when we actually shot it. 6 weeks ago, something like that. And I kind of forgot all about it, it kind of went out of my head. And, oh, Lainey's back again. Hello.
I have to grab this to get to the post office.
Sorry. Going to catch the post. Thank you, sweetheart. See you later. And anyway, so I kind of put it out of my mind. And of course, the day came yesterday when it went live. So thank you for your kind comments. It was well out of my comfort zone, I have to tell you. But sometimes you just have to do these things, don't you? You just go, actually, do you know what? I'm going to give it a go. So anyway, take a look on Instagram if you want to. Thank you very much, Monica. Thank you. Who's watching me? So Kenji, you're watching from Tokyo. Hi. Oh, thanks, Julie. Lovely, lovely, kind words. Anyway, we shall move on from that. But yeah, it was supposed to be a little bit, hopefully a bit inspiring, a bit motivational to say, I did work hard on my abs, as Michael will testify. But yeah, anyway, that's another story. So Nikki is saying, a week after using my Calm Koala weighted blanket, I slept through the whole night last night. The first time in 5 or 6 years. Love you. That's so great, Nikki. Brilliant. I wonder if we've still got the offer, because Calm Koala, I showed them, I don't know, maybe a week or so ago, and we did manage to get a discount. Yeah, we've got 10% off Calm Koala if you want to try. Anybody else got any good things to say about weighted blankets? Amazing. I mean, I first looked at weighted blankets and things like weighted jackets for kids with ADHD, ADD, autism, spectrum disorders. They can be really helpful for calming anxiety at all levels. So whether that's a spectrum-induced anxiety or whether it's just heightened sense of anxiety or lack of sleep or whatever. And we need to do more research in it, but it seems to be linking into your parasympathetic nervous system that just helps calm everything. So I gave one to Brella. She took it back to uni with her and says that she sleeps really well under it. And we've now got one actually on the sofa at home, and even just watching TV, just kind of putting it around you or just having it over your legs or whatever, or snuggled under it, it definitely induces a sense of calm. And my youngest, who's 11, he also has a Calm Koala weighted blanket. So, and I think they're on sale at the moment, and our 10% discount works on top of that. So it's a really good deal if you want to go and try it. Calm Koala, and that's with a K, like the koala, K-A-R-A-A-L-M, Calm Koala. Thank you, Rachel, for popping links on Facebook. Rachel is our new social media community manager. So we'll be seeing Rachel pop up all over the place, hopefully on social. And in fact, I know that she's been doing lots of lovely things on Instagram, putting up lots of polls, questions, feedback. What do you guys want to see? What do you want to see a bit more of? Just so that we can be a bit more reactive. It's not just sort of me sitting in my kitchen trying to manage it all. So hopefully that will make it even more interactive and even more fun and even more relevant for everybody. Oh gosh, Lisa, you're at home with COVID has caught you. Yeah, hopefully not too bad because of all your supplements. I hope you've got your lactoferrin. That's really interesting. Very interesting studies with COVID and lactoferrin. And do take a listen to my podcast. It was the Friday 5 podcast, I think, was it week before last, with Dr. Tina Pears, who's doing a lot of work with long COVID. And she's doing some work with UCL, and she's got her long COVID website. Amazing, you know, she's a former NHS hospital consultant. She was working at Chelsea and Westminster Hospital, so you know, she's a top medic and knows her stuff. And she also put a link, is it World Council for Health? Something like that. I think the link's on our website anyway, if you go and have a look at the podcasts. And that's got really interesting protocols for vitamins, of what to take, you know, how much zinc to take, talking about quercetin for helping with the immune response, all of that. So, yeah, hopefully wish you better, Lisa, but there's lots out there that you can do to be helpful. Oh, thank you. Lots of kind comments. Thank you. I'd like to just sit and chat through all of that. So, yeah. Right. We are now going to talk gut health. Somebody else, who is this? Isabel. She wants an advent calendar with all the supplements for next year. Can you imagine? That'd be quite fun, wouldn't it? I don't know though. I think there'd be too many sort of maybe medical issues for people that had to watch out for stuff. But yeah, I mean, quite interesting to say, you know, day one, because as we lead up to Christmas, I don't know about you, but you know, my immune system always tends to take a dip. Too many late nights, too much partying, too many, you know, sugary foods, bit more alcohol, and, you know, obviously more flu bugs and coughs and colds and all of that. We, you know, spend more time indoors, less ventilation, less fresh air, less vitamin D. So all the reasons, I think, why we can get a bit overstressed. But we do have some solutions, of course. So you can actually download this if you fancy getting into the Christmas spirit. This is my e-guide. It's A Happy, Healthy Christmas. I love this e-guide. This is one of the first things that I wrote actually for my kids, because I wanted to share all the family traditions, all the old recipes that I grew up with. And so there's a lot in there to get ahead. If you want to take a dive, you can download that now and either print it out like I've done or just leave it online. But of course, one of the things that we can really focus on, and today being a Wellbeing Wednesday, if you're watching me live, is looking at our gut health. Because as I've said so many times, and you can see, I don't know whether you can see all my gut books behind me, but I've written a lot about this over the years. The gut really is the centre for our immune system, for our anxiety, for our happy mood chemicals. We know that we're producing serotonin and dopamine in the gut. And we connect the gut to the brain via the vagus nerve. So we have real ability, if we can help our gut, to help improve our mood, our immune system, our sleep, all of those things. So you may have seen that we launched this time last week with, got my open bottle here actually because I've been drinking it, the Mighty Brew. The Mighty Microbes of Mighty Brew. This is the brand new one. This is elderflower sec. I'm actually going to pour myself another glass, which is a fantastic alternative, low alcohol or no alcohol alternative to champagne or Prosecco, if you want for the party season, or just, you know, rather than serving sugary elderflower cordial, which is what a lot of people serve if they go around for a drink with somebody, or if they're a driver or a non-drinker or a young person who's not drinking alcohol, or you just want to pace yourself and not drink quite so much alcohol, then this is a great alternative to sugary elderflower cordial, because not only is it low sugar, but it's also full of the good gut microbes. So you're supporting your gut at the same time. Not only are you not ruining it by having something full of sugar or full of alcohol, but you're positively putting goodness back in. So those of you who know the Mighty Brew story, and we're going to go live with Mighty Brew in just a second, may know that in the summer we launched with this. This is the Blush Rose. We sold out. We had to make it 2 lots. We were only going to do one, but we had to make 2 batches. And this is like the pink champagne, and it's really delicious. It's very light and tastes quite sweet, even though it's low sugar. And that's the one that was made with organic rose petals and raspberries. And then we wanted to do something different, more of a kind of champagne alternative for Christmas. So the Mighty Brew guys came up with elderflower sec. So it's a dry, sophisticated elderflower. So let us see whether we've got Rachel from Mighty Brew. I think we have, who's going to tell us all about it, and also just talk generally about kombucha, because I think there's a lot of misinformation about the different types of kombucha out there and how you can make your own. Hi.
Hello.
It's not Rachel, it's Julia. How are you?
Hello. I'm just gonna
adjust my camera a little bit.
Okay, and I'm going to turn you up as much as possible because we want to hear everything that you have to say.
I think we're good now.
We are good. Can you turn your volume up anymore? Because I want to make sure that we hear everything. Is that going to go?
Yeah, it's max.
You're on
I'm
max.
gonna see how. Can you hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you. As long as you speak louder, you're fine.
Oh, okay.
And everybody can let me know that if that doesn't work. So this has been such an exciting time, hasn't it? And anybody who's got the current issue of the magazine will have seen pictures of Julia and me, which we took in my new house. And it was just such a great thing to be able to move on from the blush rose. Tell me, is this still available or is this all sold out now, the pink one?
No, we have both batches ready now. So blush rose is available and elderflower sec is available.
Fantastic.
You can see behind me, there's set there ready.
Great, fantastic, because I knew that we sold out of the blush rose originally.
No, we brewed another one. We stocked up very well for the festive season.
Fantastic.
We don't want to let anyone down. We want everyone to enjoy this beautiful time of the year. So it's all fully stocked.
It's all fully stocked. Fantastic. Well, be quick if you want to. And thank you very much. I should say we do have a Liz Loves discount, even though this is our own thing. We know we've been able to work with you on that. So thank you very much indeed. Now, tell us, I know that when making the kombucha, you make it authentically. So you get, and in the magazine, you'll see there are pictures of these huge scobies, real kind of, industrial sized scobies, which are the natural scobies. Tell us again how old those scobies are.
Oh, they are since 2014. 'Cause we started
2014.
we started brewing in our little flat in London. This is when we started experimenting with our kombucha. So this is when we bought our little Scooby, and we took it with us. We couldn't leave.
Couldn't leave Scoby behind when you moved from your flat in London. Oh my goodness. So that little kind of jam jar sized Scoby has grown into this enormous Scoby that fills a vat. How long can you keep a Scoby for then?
Thousands of years.
Thousands of years, you're not kidding.
Yeah. The cultures, they can live for thousands of years. That's why the Scooby survived for so many years, because it was it's like a family. That's why in the Scooby thing you have a family. You have grandparents, you have parents, you have babies.
I hope you can hear this. This is amazing. So you've got your grandparents, your great-great-grandparents. And of course, so your big Scoby that you've got, which does he or she have a name?
It has a mother name. So this is our mother.
She's the mother. Okay, the mother Scoby that you've got. So the mama. Does she still keep having babies? Do you still keep having to peel them off to make the new Scobies, or?
Because we have a few different tanks, so not really. We have new Scoobies growing there as well. So it's kind of, she gets moved to different places at the time.
She gets moved.
But we have a lot of Scooby babies and mothers and
there's a whole kindergarten of Scobies going on. I'm just fascinated to know where the first kind of brewing of kombucha started. Who thought that this kind of flat pancake, fungusy looking thing could then grow into something that you would ferment a health drink from? I mean, is there any kind of, records dating back? You say that Scobies can last thousands of years, but what happened in the very, very early days? Who thought, well, I'm going to brew this up with some tea and then drink it in a few weeks' time?
Amazingly how some things are happening by chance. Something goes off.
Something goes off, in inverted commas, yeah.
Yeah, something goes off, which I think those days was much more common thing, something to go off or something to get dry. That's when you have like a dry fruits or dry meats or,
Yeah, it was a way of preserving, wasn't it? Air drying hams and things like that was to preserve
someone
it.
Deciding to try it, but sometimes it just happened by chance. So I guess, I don't know, someone tried, someone felt something that he feels different, that it helped him.
Felt
Tell
better.
someone else tried it, and that's how the word spread.
And here we are. I mean, it's a bit like kefir. When you look at the origins of kefir, which is the fermented milk, you know, which they say originated in the Caucasus in Eastern Europe, and it was somebody had left some old goat milk in a old like saddlebag, leather saddlebag, and then it fermented. I mean, what possessed that original person to actually then go and drink it, I have no idea, but they did. And then felt really better for it, and you know, and then as we know, it's then been passed down in the same way that your kefir grains. Although I think the kefir grains do tend to become less active with time, unlike a SCOBY that tends to survive. You do have to refresh your grains every now and then.
Yeah, that's why in life you always have to be adventurous. You have to try some things. You have to try new recipes. Not always you go with the recipe, but you do something different.
I agree, and you know, so often I've made discoveries because I haven't had something, and I've had to kind of make do and improvise. And they say that necessity is the mother of invention, because you do sometimes. You know, I've made some really good discoveries actually by just going, actually I haven't got any of this, so I'm going to try that instead, or I'm going to add that in, and then think, oh, that really works. You know, I really enjoy that. So I think you're right. I think being adventurous. Talk us through the process then. So your kombuchas that you make, you and Peter started making SCOBYs and kombuchas in your flat in London, and eventually you had to move out because you had too many SCOBYs and kilner jars just filling everything, and that's when you turned it into a business. Is that right?
Yeah, just before that, I'm going to open one as well because I love doing this.
Are you going to? Okay, so it's going to go pop. It is. You have to be careful because they are quite active, and they do go bang with a nice satisfying pop. Whoa! Did you hear that? It's very festive. It's very celebratory, isn't it? I think, you know, in our brains, that popping of a champagne cork we associate with good times. It's a good feeling when you hear that. You go, oh, here we are. You know, get ready to party, but of course party in a healthy way. Have you poured yours? Cheers.
We do what we say. We celebrate and enjoy life every day. Why not? Especially after what's happening nowadays.
Yeah.
There is no excuse not to.
Seriously, if you're here on the planet, then it's a real privilege, and it's a good time to celebrate. What's your background, Julia? Where are you from?
I'm from Eastern Europe.
From which country?
From quite rural communities,
Mm-hmm.
surrounded with a lot of nature and lakes. And
So
forests.
which country are you from?
Lithuania.
Lithuania. Okay. So, and I remember going. I think was I in Lithuania or was I in Latvia? I can't remember. But I was in Latvia. Okay.
Yeah.
And just being amazed that on every street corner there was a shop, like a deli, selling glasses of kombucha, glasses of kefir. You know, this whole kind of notion of cultured fermented foods. Is that something that you grew up with?
Yeah, of course. I didn't realize that I grew up in such healthy environment until I came here, and then I realized that actually, you know, the way we preserve food, most of the people are actually growing their own food, and this is the only way to preserve your food. So you ferment, you pickle, you know.
Pickles, yep.
Yeah, so this is for us kefirs and kombucha and cabbage and cucumbers. This is like everyday food. So it's now you kind of start valuing this. Before it was just the food on your plate, you know, you just
didn't think
just
about
have
it.
kombucha there, jar somewhere in the kitchen corner, and you don't even think like, it's something there to drink, and you know, you just live things.
So in every kitchen then, would there be a kombucha SCOBY just like sat on the side growing?
It used to be like this. Now I think more people, you know, just go to the shop and buy kombucha
And buy it.
like
Mhm.
time and everything. But before, I think it was pretty much in every household.
Incredible. And so you brought that over with you when you moved to the UK?
No.
You didn't?
No, it's kind of got forgotten. When I was a little child, this is what we was doing. But then, you know, things changed. There were more shops, more supermarkets, more attractive things, nicer packaging, and we suddenly were attracted to this sort of products, you know. And it's a shame that we thought that this is better, this is more delicious, and no one really thought about health aspects, but it was definitely more attractive. So kind of everybody moved from this natural eating to to the supermarket.
More processed
And
foods and processed sugary drinks, that kind of thing.
so I came back to that after I came to UK, and that was like rediscovering things and
Yeah.
going back to my family and asking questions, and asking, and they was telling me different stories, about food, about our not culture so much, but what we used to do.
Yeah, the heritage and the traditions.
Yeah.
I mean, I remember brewing kombucha 30 years ago, and it kind of there was a fad, and I was writing health and beauty back then, and I got into it, but there was very little known about it, and I was a bit wary because it is this kind of fungusy type thing. I used to grow it in big glass bowls in the airing cupboard, and I remember I was doing some filming for I had an afternoon TV show on ITV called Lazar's Lifestyle, and I remember Leslie Joseph, who's a great actress, a great comedy character actress. She was in Birds of a Feather, for example, playing this amazing leopard-clad neighbour called was it Doreen? Anyway, she opened my airing cupboard door for some reason, and she whoa, jumped back. She said, "What have you got? You've got an alien growing in your airing cupboard. I can't believe you, Liza. What is going on?" And I gave her some to drink, and we had a good old laugh about it. But then I kind of just got out of the habit, and then it was only, I guess, in recent years seeing it back on the scene. I suppose when people start talking about gut health, that was really the spur, wasn't it? When people started to pay attention to these gut microbes, and then you think, ooh, how do I protect and reinforce my gut microbes? I know I can do it with things like kombucha. So you must have seen that with your business. I mean, are you really seeing it take off now with interest?
When we started, there was still, because we started, we did lots of festivals and even markets, and
that's when I met you guys a few years ago. I met you, and I remember
exactly.
trying your kombuchas. It was the Handmade Fair when I was presenting it for Kirsty Allsop. I was filling in for her, and trying it and thinking, this is amazing stuff. This is really good, and that's how we connected, which was so nice.
We saw this growth in people awareness when you had to explain to everyone, not to everyone, I'm sorry, but to many people.
To many.
What is it? How is it made? And anyway, fermented. It's like a bit, kind of fermented. It doesn't sound right, but when they try and now you go to festivals or somewhere else, and majority of people, they know what it is. So we was watching this progress.
yeah, for sure. I think it's lovely to have something that you put back in that tastes really good. I was talking earlier actually about your winter chai, because you very kindly sent me some of that, and honestly, my youngest, I am so thrilled. Because he's 11 and he's at an age where he just wants to drink cans of cola drinks, mentioning no brand names, and I'm like, I'm not having any of that in the house. We're just not doing it. It's just so full of sugar and caffeine and phosphates and all of that. We're just not doing it. And he then is like, oh well, all my friends are drinking whatever. And he loved it. Last year he tried it, and then of course it went out of stock because it's a seasonal thing, and now it's back and he loves it, and he'll come in and he'll say, oh, can I have some winter chai? That is his treat. And I have to kind of be very measured, and rather than going, yeah, that's amazing, I go, well, okay, you can just have the one, so that he really values it, and it is really delicious. What are the spices that you use in that?
Yeah, that's how we say it's a bomb of the spices that we need for this time of the year. So there is ginger, there is aniseed, there is a clove,
clove.
So all the amazing spices, cardamom, which I love.
Yeah, cardamom, clove, ginger, amazing. It's so warming. And I guess you could even maybe warm it, but that might destroy some of the microbes. Maybe you could warm it very gently.
Yeah, it would destroy. I thought about this as well. For taste, it's really nice. It's kind of nice to have it in your cup and warm up your hands as well. Yeah. But yes, it would kill the bacteria.
Lots of nice comments, actually, I have to say, for those of you on Facebook who can't see. Abigail says, tried it for the first time last week and loved it, in capital letters, so much. Then Sue says, my son is drinking more of it than me. That's brilliant. So yeah, I mean, really, it's is this for diabetics? I'm type 2. That kombucha is far too sugary for me. No, 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 no. This one, maybe you're drinking kind of commercial kombucha. This is low sugar. This is technically low sugar. If I can see on here, yeah, it says non-alcoholic, low sugar, all natural, gluten-free, low in calories. So sugars per 100 gram.
Yeah.
So is
Below
2.
5 grams, so it's
Yeah,
really
yeah, just over 2 grams. I mean, super, super low. I think, fizzy drinks are what, about 25 or something ridiculous.
But
So,
with everything, I'm always say like, this is what I do in my life. Like with everything, you try for yourself and
yeah,
see how you feel. Try in small quantities.
try a
and
little bit to
try
start with. Yeah,
Exactly.
because
And
it is
try
powerful
for
stuff,
you.
isn't it?
Yeah, sorry.
It's powerful stuff. Don't forget that
It is.
it's got a potency to it.
It is. It is.
So just because
And
it tastes so
people
good,
don't.
you don't want to just drink, 6 or 8 glasses of it at a time.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. Well, I do.
You do, yeah, but you've grown up on it, Julia. Do you give it to your children?
I do. When you're talking about your 11 years old, my 2 years old, she loves kombucha, and it makes me so happy. It's like she's really, and I have to, for such age, I have to, I cannot give her the whole bottle to drink, so I'm giving her like a half a glass or something. But it looks like she just want to drink and drink and drink. So it's like
Really?
I'm so happy. Yeah, like from the small age, I'm able to give her this natural stuff, natural good bugs.
I imagine her immune system is. How is she getting on? I mean, is she too young for nursery? Does she go to nursery or?
She doesn't go to nursery.
Not yet. No. But how's she been with coughs and colds and things?
Nothing.
Nothing.
Absolutely. I'm doing this Russian way.
Touch
sorry.
wood. Yeah.
But I'm gonna touch wood as well. But 2 years she's never been ill, like never ever. So
Gosh.
I'm just so blessed with this child, and yeah, I guess
Well, she's obviously full of very imbued with calm kombucha vibes from both of you. So what is next for you guys? You've built your website, haven't you? Mighty Brew, which is great. You operate out of this farm unit down in Hampshire. Are you able to cope with the demand? I'm sorry that we do overload you a bit because it's very popular. I know when we do things like this.
Yeah, we're growing, and our heads are full of new ideas, which not always possible to do them physically right now, but it's just the only way it's forward. So yeah, it's definitely gonna be more to Mighty Brew.
Yeah, more to Mighty Brew. Absolutely brilliant. Well, let's hope that elderflower stays in stock a little bit longer than the blush rose does, but I'm delighted to hear that you've got both of them in stock now, and thank you for discounting it as well with our Liz Loves. We really appreciate that. And
one more thing I will show. We have.
Oh, what is this? It's a box.
So that's a gift set.
A gift set.
Yeah, you will have one bottle of each in the gift set. I'll show again.
Okay, so it's a really beautiful cardboard outer.
Nice.
So and what's inside there?
So you have one elderflower and one blush rose inside, and then we have this little card.
Yeah.
Which you can personalize your wishes here, and we print for you. So you just.
Oh, you can write a gift card. Oh, that's clever. So you can send kombucha to somebody as a gift.
Yeah. So and you leave a message, and we do all the work for you.
Fantastic.
With amazing also leaflet.
Okay, and that tells everybody about the kombucha, why it's so good. So a great introduction for somebody for Christmas.
Us. Yeah, that's us.
Oh, there's my picture. Love it. Oh, that is really, really good. And that's at a special price too, isn't it? I seem to remember.
For this one, it's £22.
Yeah, for both of them. Great. So that you've got the discount, and then do we get? Dare I say it? Do we get the discount on top of that as well?
And you get discount. Yeah. And this is such a nice thing. You make this. By the way, 3/4 of British people, they're planning to have like a big celebrations this year, big Christmas.
I should hope so.
Yeah. So it's a good. I think this is brilliant gift. You just show someone that you
Yeah.
care. That,
Yeah.
very
Absolutely.
important.
I'm going to supper with friends on Friday, and I'm taking this. I'm taking my kombucha. And I'm going to be very very naughty. Actually, when I do go to friends, I went to a friend's dinner party not that long ago, and I took 2 bottles. And she said, "Oh, you're very generous bringing 2." And I said, "Yeah, well, one's a gift for you, but the other one I'd quite like you to open now, please, because I want to drink it." So it is, and it went down really well. And it was a lovely talking point, and I started talking about gut health, and for those of you who hadn't heard about it before, and there were a couple of people there who don't drink, who were just saying this is amazing because it's so boring. Normally we go to places and we're just like drinking a glass of fizzy water with a bit of lemon in it, or
But even if you have some wine, you can still have a glass of this because it goes well with main courses of
Yeah.
Christmas.
Absolutely. I find I alternate. I do love a glass of wine, I have to say, but I like having this as well so that I don't overdo it. I'm not overloading on the alcohol as we move into the party season. I should definitely get some of those. We get 10% off on the gift set as well, which is really fantastic. So I hope that goes super well. That's on your website now, I know it's brand new, which is why I haven't got one here to show you, but excellent.
Exciting.
Very exciting. Well, I'll let you get back to your babes. It's lovely to chat, and thank you for bringing a little bit more kombucha to life. And give my love to your mother, Scobie.
Oh, yes, sure.
It was so great to see her in action, to see her working down on the farm.
Always welcome.
Thank you, lovely. And say hi to Peter as well.
Oh, thank you. And
Take
also
care.
to your family.
Thank
very
you.
much.
Great
Yeah.
to see you. You have to click off, because if I click off, I risk clicking everybody off, and I'm so paranoid about technology not working it. So yeah, great option I think for non-alcoholic Christmas celebrations and low sugar. So let me know your feedback. Those of you who've tried it, I'd love to know what you think. Either of the blush rose, which is the pink one, like the pink champagne, or of course the elderflower sec. If you've tried that yet, that is the new one. Both of them packaged in champagne bottles and both in that lovely gift box. Now, Julia, I can still see you on my screen, so I think you have to do a little, I think you have to leave me. There you go. Lots of comments, lots of people are really enjoying it. Oh my goodness. I keep my bottle, I'm being asked here how long I keep mine in the fridge. It loses its fizz a little bit, but I still enjoy it. I mean, this, to be honest with you, I opened this one yesterday. So it is a little bit flatter than the one that Julia opened, but I'm still enjoying the flavour very much. And you could put a little stopper in it, pop a, or just put some, I tend not to use cling film, but those beeswax wraps. Beeswax wraps, yes, over the top, just to keep it fresh. So I keep it. Barbie says we drink the whole bottle once it's opened. Where are we here? Ali says she's just reading about mushrooms and fungi and bacteria that have been around forever. It's really fascinating, and this whole area of things like nootropics and microdosing, really fascinating. We're going to be covering that actually in the magazine in the future, because it is just really is it lighter in colour than last year? Is that Sue? Is that the winter chai? My winter chai was quite dark actually, but I gather, because they're using natural materials, and I've been to the vats, the little farm workshop where everything is made. It's scrupulously clean. It's all kind of stainless steel and everything. And hair nets and white coats and all of that. But it is, they are using real botanicals, so they will be using real cloves, for example, not just essence of cloves, and they'll be putting in real herbs, not just sort of wafting a synthetic mixture. And so I guess that batches will vary in colour. And, it's a living thing, like the SCOBY, the mother SCOBY, might make one batch that's a bit darker than the other because it picks up a lot of the bacteria and yeast that are in the environment. That's why if you are travelling, it's actually really good to try and eat the fermented foods from the country you're visiting. And I have friends, travel journalists who travel a lot, and they say that when they get to a new country or a new destination, they have some plain live yogurt, for example, made locally, because that will contain different things from the atmosphere and different bugs that are in the environment, which are designed to be protective for the local population. When I go to Italy, when I go and stay in my family house in Italy, I will take kefir sachets with me, and I'll make kefir there, knowing that overnight, as it ferments, it's picking up more of the environmental microbes in the atmosphere than I would get at home. I get different ones in the UK and different ones overseas. So yeah, it's really, really, really good. And in fact, if you want to make your own, don't forget that we do have, you'll see it actually on the website. There's the Good Gut box. Have you seen it? So you get little sachets of things like this. This is from Freshly Fermented. Makes a lovely gift actually, because you get, I think, 6 different ferments in the box. So you get yogurt. This is a good one. This is an organic turmeric bug starter. So that makes a little bit like a ginger beer plant. So you can make a turmeric fermented drink. That's really nice to do. You also get your SCOBY. So if you want to have a go at making your own kombucha. You also get kefir grains, so you can get dairy kefir grains, and there's water kefir grains as well. Although technically that's not kefir, but it's a probiotic, watery probiotic drink. And there's also really good starter cultures for things like creme fraiche. So when you think about it, creme fraiche is also a cultured product, so it's also got good beneficial bacteria. So serving your mince pies, for example, with a bit of creme fraiche would be a really healthful thing to do, because you're getting some different good gut bugs going into the system. So the Good Gut box, there's a link on Earle Wellbeing if you want to take a look at that. And as I say, really nice present for somebody, because it's the gift that keeps on giving. Because once you've got your starter cultures, you then carry on. So your SCOBY will carry on forever, as Julia said, potentially thousands of years. Can you imagine having something in your house that's going to outlive you? You know, I mean, it's just, you could pass it on, couldn't you? You could leave it to somebody in your will. You know, who am I going to leave my mother SCOBY to? And it will just carry on down the generations, creating more and more SCOBYs and more good health for people. Really fascinating. But the same with all of it. You know, plain live yogurt, for example, once you've made one batch, what you do is to make your next batch is you keep a little bit behind, and then you use that as the starter for the next one, and the next one, and the next one, and so it goes on. So it's a really, it's a lovely gift, I think, for somebody. And thank you very much, Rachel. You're popping. There isn't a discount code for the gut box because it's already discounted. It's already been factored in when we put that together with Freshly Fermented. And I think maybe Rachel can pop a link on Facebook if you want to go and take a look. The other good gut things, while we're on the subject of gut, you have probably heard me talk about these guys, microbes. Really love microbes. Again, it's a British family-run business by a great family producing products with extreme integrity. They have a farm down in Somerset, not far from me actually, in the West Country. And they've got all these different ones. So Bio Gold Live, that's the one that I'm on at the moment. They mix them with herbs. So they've got, I think, 15 different strains of beneficial bacteria. And you just need 1 tablespoon a day. So literally 1 tablespoon. And in that tablespoon, you will have billions of beneficial bacteria, billions of them. Isn't that amazing? So really good, again, for helping to support the immune system, helping to improve overall gut health. And you can read all in the tiny, tiny wee writing, all the different strains of beneficial bacteria. This one, I guess, particularly for anybody with flu infections, BioLive Breathe. So that's one that's been made specifically, I guess, for this time of year. It's got 15 families of BioLive active cultures and traditional herbs. So things like moringa and licorice root, marshmallow. Marshmallow is traditionally very good for lung congestion. Mullein leaf, peppermint oil, thyme, apple cider vinegar. Yeah, I mean, lots of good things. What's not to love about these? I just love that. I just love the fact that we've got the ability to get things that we can just take small amounts of every day that just keep us feeling fit and well and thriving. And that's the aim of the game, isn't it, really? Is just to stay feeling well and to stay on top of it all and not let our immune system slip, not let our mental health go beyond or below a certain kind of minimum bar. So microbes, we do have a 10% Liz Loves, the affiliate discount code there. The other one that you might like to just be reminded of is by Muno. So again, we've got the Liz Loves on Bimuno. Bimuno is a bit different. So when you're talking about probiotics, I'll just give you a kind of quick overview. So you've got probiotics, which are the actual bugs. Okay, they're the actual beneficial bacteria. So lots of different strains, lots of different families, lots of different genus and species. Then you've got prebiotics, and prebiotics are the food for the gut bugs. So Bimuno is a prebiotic, and it's kind of like fertilizer for your garden. So, you know, you can plant all these seeds and you have all these diverse things growing in your garden, a bit like your probiotic bacteria, but you need to feed them to keep them going. And bugs love things like resistant starch. They love fiber. They love insoluble fiber, so stringy vegetables. That's why they like things like artichoke and asparagus and cabbage, things that are quite hard to digest. Your probiotic gut bugs love. And they also love things like galacto-oligosaccharides, shortened to GOS, G-O-S, and that's, for example, what Bimuno is. Bimuno is a galacto-oligosaccharide, I think I pronounced that correctly, and it travels through the gut, and it's resistant to the stomach acids, and it is able to feed and fertilize and nurture your good gut bugs. So the key is really to think about how you can increase the amount of gut bugs that you have that are beneficial. So things like plain live yogurt, having your kombucha, having your microbes, you know, little spoonful of good beneficial bacteria is all going to be helpful. Eating kimchi, eating sauerkraut, those kinds of things. Having lots of plant fibers in your diet as well to feed those gut bugs. And then, you know, considering something like a sachet of Bimuno, which you just pop into your tea or coffee or your, you know, regular smoothie or shake or whatever. I don't take mine every single day, but I go through phases when I add it. And I just think, oh, my gut bugs, you know, I really need to be looking after them, need to be doing a bit of, you know, gardening and tending them. And it says here, and again, Bimuno are very good. They're clinically tested. So I've done podcasts with the technical people. You know, they've got a good medical background, and they have been tested to show that it, you know, improves your gut health within 7 days. So it increases, it says here, increases gut bifidobacteria in just 7 days, and it reaches the large intestine. Oh, excuse me, the large intestine intact. Got hiccups now through drinking my kombucha. Shall I have a sip of water? Right. What else do I need to tell you about in terms of gut? Oh yeah, the other one that a lot of people are talking about is the BioCare. Do you remember I did, it was a Wellbeing Instagram live a few weeks ago actually with BioCare. Lovely British brand. I really like BioCare. I've used their products and bought their products for years, and they do a lot on digestive health. And this is a really good one. It's called the GI Complex. And so this has live beneficial bacteria, and it has various other things that support the gut health. So it's got vitamin A, vitamin C, alpha lipoic acid, which is the thing that we need for glutathione. They've got a very good support line, BioCare, really good nutritional advisors. So if you want any advice or information on gut health particularly, I would point you in the direction of BioCare. They make things like slippery elm powder, which I know Lily, who's had a lot of autoimmune issues and has a really disrupted, damaged gut, she's using slippery elm. So I think, you know, if that's your issue, if you want to talk to somebody about specifically about good gut care and what are the kinds of things that could help and the order to take things, because they also make things like digestive enzymes, for example, and that's quite an interesting conversation. So do please contact them, and we do have a 15% off. That's an affiliate discount code with using Liz Loves for anything on BioCare. So do make the best of that if you would like to. Now, of course, if you would like an alcoholic version of your kombucha, because as we always say here, it's about living life in balance, isn't it? It's not about being puritanical. It's not about, you know, detoxing and fasting and stripping all the good stuff out. It's more about adding all the good stuff in, actually, and just being mindful of balance. You know, the one thing that I would say, try and get rid of as much as possible are the sugars. You know, there is no redeeming factor about a sugar other than it tastes nice, but you can wean yourself off it. But you know, a glass of wine, glass of fizz, perhaps coming up to Christmas. So you may have seen in the magazine that I do like a glass of Prosecco now and then. And there's a very good Sicilian fizz, which isn't Prosecco, but it's very similar. And it's called Il Grillo. And there is a special discount, and I don't think you need to use Liz Loves, it's just a special discount. It's an organic wine, and I've know the guys at Vintage Roots, got to know them quite well actually over the years, and they are a very, very good website for buying organic wine, organic beers, biodynamic produced alcoholic drinks. They're really good. They do lots of lagers as well, so you know, you can really get some good quality stuff. And we do have this saving on the wine box. I think it's six bottles of this special organic Sicilian fizzy like Prosecco. So it's a really good alternative, much cheaper alternative to champagne. And it's the one that I'm going to be serving at Christmas. So if you want to grab that and get your offer on there, then please do. There is a link on the Earle Wellbeing website. I know that Rachel, thank you, popped a link on Facebook, which we can link to directly. You can't do that on Instagram, but if you go to the little bio on Instagram with Linktree, that'll have links on it. And also on the website, of course, where it says Liz Loves. The other thing that I know that you're grabbing, and I should just say, get this quickly if you're interested, was the Salcombe Dairy Advent Calendars. So they've got several designs. I love Salcombe Dairy. I went down and visited Salcombe at the end of the summer. And do you know, they make their chocolate there. I've actually been to the dairy where they make the chocolate. And they use Devonshire cream from their grass-fed cows, literally in the next fields from the dairy. I mean, it's very, very sustainable and eco. And they make all the packaging in Devon as well. So there's no plastic in here, even on the inside. There's no those sort of plastic trays. So even the printing, everything is all done down in Devon in the UK. And we have got a discount if you want. But be quick with the advent calendars, because obviously, we know we're getting through November and they do tend to sell out. I think the cut-off date for your advent calendar is Friday the 26th of November in order to get one for the 1st of December. I do have my advent calendars ready and waiting for everybody in the family. And we get £5 off with Liz Loves if you want to use that as an affiliate discount code. Also, just to say, Neal's Yard Remedies, there's a bit of a special here. We talked about this before, and they have the Liz Loves code gives you 15%. But there is going to be, they've got some Black Friday sale items coming up, and there is a code for that, which is Liz Extra 5. Okay, Liz Extra 5. And that gives an extra 5% off any Black Friday deal. So watch out, people I know are already starting to talk about Black Friday deals, stocking up for Christmas. If Neal's Yard is something that you had your eye on, you can go and for their Black Friday deals, which are already, you know, super discounted, you get an extra 5% with Liz Extra 5, okay? We will put all the details on the Earle Wellbeing website, because I know it's just going to get a bit mad, isn't it, as everyone goes crazy for Christmas shopping and wanting to get your discounts and everything. So there is also, oh my goodness, so many things that I'm being told about here. Lots of good things happening on Monday. We've got a good skincare special actually happening on Monday, so I hope that you will join me for that. And thank you very much for all your good wishes for Lily. It was lovely to see her, wasn't it, the day before yesterday? She was actually here in my studios because her Wi-Fi is so rubbish at home. But it was lovely to be able to see her. I haven't actually seen her in real life for a little while. Talking about life reminds me, Life Armour. So there's also a special offer on Life Armour. And you get your free drops of immunity. So these are actually my little Life Armour bottles here. So there's drops of vitality. This is the one with vitamin D and your B vitamins. Drops of balance. If you're feeling in need of a bit of balance, these are the adaptogenic herbs that just calm. I haven't got my sleep. I've got my sleep drops actually next to my bed. So I actually use those every night. I sleep with those. And then drops of immunity, which is this one, and I think this is the one that you get free. Yeah, there we go. Free drops of immunity. I think they're normally about £22, and you get that free with any orders over £45. And this is an extra, so double discount. The Liz Loves discount works on top. So amazing, actually. you're thinking about stocking up on your Life Armour, that's a really good time to do it, because you'll get your free bottle of the immunity ones, and you get your 15% Liz Loves. But that's only going to be until Sunday the 21st. Okay, so Sunday the 21st is when the Life Armour Liz Loves affiliate stops. Lots of lovely questions, lots of people making wreaths. There's good stuff actually on the Earle Wellbeing website, and also, of course, in the e-guide. Let me see if I can find, there's a how-to tutorial if you're fancying making wreaths. We've also got information in the current issue of the magazine. Yeah, here we go. So there's a little step-by-step guide here as to how to make. These are really pretty. This is with dried red hydrangeas. Yeah, thank you for your kind words about Lily. Yeah, it's and then there's also other things. So for example, this is making foliage balls. So these are, you can buy these like foam balls which you can reuse, and then you can stud them with things like rosemary. That works really well. I love using botanical decorations in the home. And some of the other where am I got here? I've got, yeah, some of the Christmas drinks. Oh, this is amazing. Okay, if you really fancy something really special for the Christmas time, this is a dark hot chocolate with sea salt. Has anybody tried that? Make hot chocolate with sea salt. So this is the recipe here using dark chocolate. So the great thing, actually, bringing it right back to gut health before I go, is that dark chocolate, so here we're looking really at kind of 65-70% cocoa solids plus. Dark chocolate is the richest natural plant source of polyphenols, and I was told that by Professor Tim Spector, who was at King's. He was running the gut microbiome project, the Twins Health project, looking at different activities of gut microbes, and so he is the kind of the gut meister. And he was saying that dark chocolate is really the one to go for. So if you are a chocoholic, you know, you're a bit of a chocolate fan, just try and get more and more of the dark cocoa solids into your chocolate eating, okay? So whereas kind of, you know, commercial junk chocolate might be 25-30% actual cocoa, you can start to increase it. So you can buy ranges, like look on the Solcombe Dairy website, for example, because you can use the Liz Loves, and that will give you different breakdowns of cocoa solids. So you can buy chocolate that's, say, 45%, and then you can go up to 50%, and then you can go to 60%. And what that really does is it just helps to re-educate your taste buds. And it takes away the need for that sweetness all the time. I mean, now if I have some sweet chocolate, you know, it kind of makes my teeth hurt. It's so sweet that I just can't cope with it anymore. So, you know, for me, a little square of dark chocolate. Does anybody else find that? Yeah, you know, it really is that, isn't it? It's that it satisfies. You just need less of it because it's so intense. Also gives you a bit of a pick-me-up because it's obviously high in caffeine, so don't have it kind of after tea time, really, because it might keep you awake. Oh, thank you. I'm glad you're finding it all interesting. You know, I love talking about gut health because for me, it's something that we can do at any age, any stage in life. You know, even newborn babies, when they have their first, you know, sip of colostrum before even the mother's breast milk comes in, you get that dark yellowy colostrum liquid that the body produces naturally. That's full of good beneficial bacteria for the baby, and that's all about supporting the immune system. So, you know, it starts literally from the moment that we're born, is this process of thinking about our gut and how we can replenish it, and we can just put good stuff back in. You know, even though we may have had courses of antibiotics and stuff in the past that's disrupted our gut health overall, there's so much that we can do, and supplements that we can take to support, foods that we can make, drinks that we can drink. There's just so much. Isabel saying, yeah, absolutely, I'm now a fan of dark chocolate. Yeah, really good. Oh, look, so good with natural peanut butter on. Yeah, dark chocolate and natural peanut butter. That's, you know, peanuts always get a bad rap, don't they, because of anaphylaxis, obviously, if that's your condition. But, you know, the vast majority of us are fine with peanuts. And they're very high in protein and you know, a really good kind of all-round high-protein food. Thank you very much for trying to eat the rainbow. Yeah, I think that's key, isn't it, trying to eat the rainbow. Just before I go, I am wearing my little neroli This is the rose gold neroli. I've also got, this is the yellow gold here. And I only mention it because they are, I think, they're on a crazy low price on the Liz Earle Jewellery website. This is the one that's featured in the magazine at the moment. And I just thought I would put it on against the navy blue just to highlight it. And just to show you, it's got a little rose leaf dangle. And because they're fine jewellery, I actually have got my own hallmark. So it's the LE hallmark that is stamped with from the London Assay Office. And you can see here that you can wear it at different lengths because it's adjustable. So yeah, okay, bladder disorders. I will come on and talk about that. I have got help for bladder disorders, so we will do that for sure. But this, just to say, I am wearing a new top from, is it Lavender Hill Clothing? And when I looked on their website, I was kind of looking for some base layers. I've got one that's long sleeved, which you might have seen me, I was wearing it on Remembrance Sunday under my coat because it was the dark poppy colour. So I thought it would look really good against my overcoat. But it's really fine and it's modal, which is one of these eco-sustainable fabrics. And I have to say, since getting this one and putting it on, I have not wanted to take it off. It is so comfortable. And it's so soft on my neck and it's so warm, and I think I'm going to go back online actually and see what other colours I can get, because it's really, really highly recommended. And I actually quite like having something that's a little bit shorter in the sleeve, but there are long sleeve versions and they're really long as well. They come down a nice long way, and I'm pretty sure, let me just double check, I'm pretty sure that our Liz Loves discount is still valid. I did an Instagram live with their founder Isabel not that long ago. Really lovely, lovely British brand. They support women's charities, and it's go and check them out, seriously. If you're looking for kind of base layers and things like that, then it is, where are they? Is it Ivy or is it Lavender? Here we go, Lavender Hill Clothing. Yeah, 10% off, okay? Really well worth supporting them, I think, as a good, sustainable, ethical British fashion brand. Great basics. Lovely kids things, great pyjamas, great vests, really lovely soft quality cotton pants, all that kind of stuff. Excellent. So if you're looking for Christmas presents, socks, things like that, they are, where's their website? Lavender Hill Clothing. They are, yeah, lavenderhillclothing.com. I know lots of you love their things, and yeah, highly, highly recommend. And if you want to take a look at these with the high necks, don't buy them all because I need to go on the website and use my code as well. So, and this one is, I actually put this on a fashion reel not that long ago. I bought this from Marks and Spencer's. This is, I think it's their autograph range, and it's just a hoodie. So it's quite nice on days when you never quite know what the weather's going to be doing, because you can just, keep it on in the house, and then when you pop out, because we lose so much heat, don't we, from our heads. So anyway, I hope that's been useful today. A bit kind of a whistle stop, ins and outs. Oh, I know, Basil on the front cover of the magazine. What a Basil superstar. Basil's been on many covers, actually. I'm going to have to do a little montage of Botanical Baz and all the lovely puppy covers that we've had. Because, yeah, she is a bit of a star, isn't she? Anyway, I will be back tomorrow. There is, if you're interested in kombucha, don't miss the YouTube tomorrow. I've just recorded that. That's going to go live on Liz Earle Wellbeing YouTube channel. So I hope that you're all subscribed to that, because it's a really fun platform. YouTube can be a bit hard to navigate. I think there's just so much on there. But if you subscribe, then you'll find that you'll find it more easily, because YouTube will show it to you more easily. And then, very good, Friday 5 coming up. A little bit longer, actually, this week's Friday 5. So, take a moment in the day if you're planning to go out in the car or train journey, or a nice long bus ride or a walk. I think it's maybe 40, 45 minutes, because I've got 2 guests this week on the Friday 5. So I think you'll hopefully enjoy that. Won't say too much, won't give too much away, but that will be a nice thing hopefully to listen to. Oh my goodness, yeah. So I've just been reminded by my team here talking about the Neroli necklace. They obviously saw me talk about it. Normally, because this is 24 carat fair trade gold vermeil, so it's very, very thickly coated over the fair trade sterling silver. The yellow gold or the rose gold. Normally it's £180. Okay, it comes in a beautiful little box, presentation box with a card and everything. And it's down to 108. So that's what, saving £72. Amazing. So yeah. So, and I've made all of these now. So once they're gone, they're gone. So, you know, those of you who've got them. And I hope you're coming to my carol concert. When I say my carol concert, it's not my personal carol concert. It's the charity Live Twice, which I founded. And we are going to be joined by Amy Peake, who is the founder of another great charity called Loving Humanity. And they basically put machines that make sanitary towels and nappies into war zones and refugee camps. She's an amazing speaker, an incredible woman, phenomenal woman. Check her out. Loving Humanity is her website, and on Instagram as well. So I'm delighted that she's going to be joining us, and we're going to be raising some money for her. And I was talking to my brother the other day. We're just sorting out the program. I think all the VIP tickets have now sold out. There may just be a couple left. But we do still have some of the downstairs general admission tickets, but they're going quite quickly as well. So if you want to get your carol concert tickets, then please do. That is on Wednesday the 8th of December. And I know a lot of you are coming. Fantastic. Nikki, your hubby's coming with you. Fantastic. Look forward to saying hello to everybody. Yeah, I'm excited too, Anna. I really am. Here we go. Fair Delith says, I heard you talk to Amy on a podcast. Yeah, really. I'll have to revisit that. I will see if I can find the link and put it on my stories before the carol concert so you can take a listen, because hers is an amazing story about how she came to be doing this, because she was basically, you know, a housewife in Cornwall that watched the news and thought, this is terrible what's happening to women around the world. What can I do to help? And, you know, long story short, she actually got up and did something, and it's remarkable what she's doing. So really, really looking forward to seeing her, and looking forward to seeing all of you in real life, or as many of you as possibly can make it. Anyway, I better go. So I just realised the time. Sorry, it's been a bit longer today, but thank you for being with me. I'll be back live with you on Monday, back for Monday Makeover. Don't forget YouTube tomorrow, Thursday, or on Catch Up, obviously, and of course Friday for the Friday 5 podcast. Have a great end to the week, and thank you for all your lovely comments, especially about me in my bra and knickers, which was way out of my comfort zone, but thank you for your being so supportive and kind. That was really, really lovely. I really appreciate it. Thank you. Have a great rest of the week. Bye bye.